Hi, I'm Pam Schmidt, Chemical Minimalist. Today I'd like to talk about how getting to know who you are, even at my old age, can help you figure out what to do with your hair. Can you believe that? So I think this is going to be a two-part class. So today I'll just start with the talking part, and then next week I'll be in the shower. Not nasty. None of that. You don't want that from me. In March, I found myself home because of the quarantine. And during that time, I happened upon a group of ladies who were working together. They're all entrepreneurs, but more than that, it was just personal development. And then we became quite a close-knit group of friends, and we were all working to grow together. So during that time, two of the leaders of this group were Natalie Collins and Bronwyn Oschlager. And during that time, Natalie in particular talked about human design. And it's something that you have to work with her to get the calculations and everything else based on birth date and a number of things. And it kind of comes up with a personality profile for you. And it's amazing how it matches up. And you're not answering, do you want Jell-O or cake, that kind of stuff. It really is just looking at who you are. So it ends up that my human design profile came up as a manifesting generator, and there's a lot to it. But in terms of just describing it to you and getting to know myself, some of the things are the way I make my decisions are kind of a matter of or that comes deep down in my gut. And it might take a struggle or a little bit of time for that decision to come. It's not just an immediate thing. So I have to learn to say, I'll think about that for a little bit. That means I have to hold a little space for inner clarity. And if it doesn't come, then I just don't commit. And then once I have that clarity, I'm really willing and able to dive in and respond. Another thing that comes up in my manifesting generator is I have an ability to pivot my course very quickly. So I could be heading this way and something comes up. Nope, head that way and pursue it. I am designed for mastery of things and to help guide people to mastery. That I am guiding people based on my journey. So it's one of those things where I have done it. This is how I do it. You can do it too. Come along. Funny, I've been a teacher for my career, so it kind of fits with that. But yet, even at that, it carries into more areas in my life. Some other things that come up is I tend to skip steps. I dive in, and sometimes I have to retrace my steps, and ooh, that goes against my nature. I don't like to do that, but I do it plenty of times. I hate being unproductive. I want to have something going all the time. And even now in retirement, I usually have something going, things that I'm doing or learning or listening to. I usually have something going. I like multiple projects at one time. That's what a manifesting generator does. Possibly multiple businesses, multitasking. And that fits my old career of teaching, doesn't it? Or, sometimes I even put off cleaning closets because it becomes such a multitasking job of, okay, I clean that closet, but that means I have these things and they go into that closet and there's no room, so I have to clean that closet. Sometimes I ignore them. Another thing that comes up with manifesting generator is I need to empty my energy reserves daily. In this quarantine and now in retirement, I'm finding at the end of the day, if I have not emptied my energy reserves, either physically or mentally, I'm awake. I'm awake. And I've never been a tremendous sleeper at night, but I've had to work a lot harder at that consciously now since the quarantine and now into retirement. I have to mentally exhaust myself as well as physically. And then the last describing phrase that goes with the manifesting generator is my general energy aura is kind of an open, magnetic, enveloping kind of personality. I didn't make that up. I had to read up on that. I wanted to learn more in a supplementary way. So I got the book by Carol Tuttle called It's Just My Nature. If you haven't read it, I really recommend it. She looks at 4 different energy types, and it's based on a number of things: your facial features, your body, the activities, your movement, and your interests, among other things. So my basic energy profile is a type 1, which is called upward and air, light. And I tend to like to look at possibilities. This kind of person likes to be a teacher. I also, as a type 1, tend to bring up other people's energy and light. I don't want to do it alone. Intuition comes into it at times. It's not quick and all the time, but intuition is at play. A type 1 sees the best way to do something. Sometimes that's been frustrating as an educator. Maybe we have to do it this way, and I know it would work better that way. And what are you going to do? Because you can't change a whole staff of 50 people just for my opinion. This person, this type 1 energy, has a light and bouncy step. I do. I have a light and bouncy step, and sometimes I don't want myself to, but I do. And so you'll see me as I'm walking down the hall. Most people have a secondary energy type, according to Carol Tuttle. And my secondary type, I believe, is a type 3. So type 3 is more of a rich and dynamic personality. A lady can tend to be a tomboy, not always want to be foo-foo. I kind of go there. A little bit more simplistic versus overly feminine. That's me. My kids, one time I took a Disney quiz, which character are you? And I hoped for Snow White or something like that. And I came out as Jessie from Toy Story. Yeehaw! And my kids go, yep, Mom, that's you. So I guess that is more my direction. At heart, I'm a farm girl. I don't think of myself as a sophisticated foo-foo lady, so I guess it works. A type 3 kind of physically pushes through projects. And I do think my work as a teacher really intensified the type 3 in me. It was like, come on, let's go, let's get this done. And a typical phrase for a type 3 is, let's hurry up. That's me. Swift moving, go-getter. The type 3 has more of a determined walk. And in these last couple of months, I really thought about it. It was interesting. There were times when I was at school before I retired, and I would be aware that, you know, I'm going to lunch and, ooh, I'm kind of bouncing as I walk. And then I was aware of other times in the day where I was just trying to get a lot of things done, copies made and all of that, and I had big strides, heavy steps. So I do think, you know, I'm probably like a 60-40, 60% type 1 and 40% type 3. But what's interesting is I have made some hair changes as time goes on. And all of a sudden I realized how that kind of fit in with what I'm learning about myself. If you look at my profile, and I'll see if I can add some photos in here, for many years I've worn very straight hair. And my hair has a lot, it's coarse and it has a lot of texture. And so it's been wonderful straight, but you know, seasons would come along or this and that, and I'd have all my little antenna and fuzzies, and I was fighting it, and it just was frustrating. In the midst of my eye difficulties 5 years ago, one eye specialist said, you really need to get rid of the hair product that you put in your bangs because the shards are coming off and into your eyes, and that's irritating your eyes. So I really started going a little bit more curly. And the curly fits, the type 1, the curly fits the whole manifesting generator for me. So next week, I'll be talking about my hair care routine. Not that it's just elegant and wonderful, but it's something that I have evolved into in the last few months, and it's just fun to see the puzzle pieces come together. Have a wonderful day, and I'm going to continue this talk for the week after. Bye. Thanks so much for joining in today. I'd like to encourage you to go to chemicalminimalist.com to find out more of the ways that I like to live life. Have a great day.